Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for your graduation. Please welcome Dame Graça Machel.
Congratulations, Class of 2020. This is your graduation. This is your time of looking back, assess your achievements, celebrate in jubilation. But this graduation is also a challenge because naturally it's not the kind of graduation in form of what you had expected and planned. Some of you will be a bit disappointed, but I want to encourage you to look at this different type of graduation as an excellent opportunity. Why? The graduation comes at a time where the human family is being driven into a huge shift in the way we live, the way we do things. And you have then the privilege of being precisely the first group which is going to say, we were the first one to mark a different type of a graduation in our school. It seems like a coincidence, but I want to suggest to you that it is a privilege. The same way you reinvent how you celebrate your graduation, you are taken to a world where things are not going to be the same anymore. Imagine a blank white sheet in which you can write up anything which your imagination and what your dream allows to. As you go to university, to college, to a new world, yes, you are given an extraordinary opportunity to participate in a meaningful way into the transformation of the world we live in. And there's no limit of how much you can reinvent, you can start anew. You are so young, and you can think how you would like the world to be after 30, 40, or even 50 years of your productive life. And this is what you are invited to be, because it's a youthful world, and it has to be young people exactly to design, to paint it, to put the colors, to put the energy. You believe it has to be the world that you want to live in and the world you want to leave for your children as a legacy. Some people say that this pandemic has been equalizing. Yes, it is true. It infects anyone, from royalties, from business leaders, politicians, poor and rich, men and women, from north and south, east and west, children even. No one escapes this pandemic unless you protect yourself enough. In that sense, it's equalizing. But the pandemic has also exposed in a glaring way the inequalities of the world we live in. Just one example. In your school, not only those who graduate, but other classes, you were able to continue with your education online because you have the possibilities of learning and teaching online. But just imagine how many millions perhaps billions even, of children who simply had to stay at home without any alternative because there's no electricity, there's no internet where they live to continue with their learning and teaching. They simply stopped. And this is an example of how unequal the world we, the adults, are offering to you. While some can benefit from the achievements of science and technology, there are billions of kids in our townships, in rural areas, where they are still in a world with no electricity, no running water, and many other, utilities. So I want to challenge you to say, in that world, I suggest you look at it as an open space and blank in which you can reinvent, you can write up, and you can dream on a world which you want. Imagine what you can do to close the gap of inequality. Another example I want to share with you. This pandemic forced the traveling industry to be grounded. Planes are not flying anymore. Remember, every minute in most, active airports, a plane was taking off and landing, crossing continents, and of course polluting the space. When polluting industries were forced to stop, together with the planes grounded, pollution has come down. Birds are singing. The sky are blue. And you can feel the air is much, much fresher. So nature is celebrating what we had been warned many, many times as humans, that we are destroying the planet. The planet is crying, is complaining. But because of the pandemic, we were forced to stop. And we had an excellent opportunity to think and to accept it is possible. I want to challenge you then to take this opportunity to say, how can we, this class of 2020, as young, creative, with a future which we can design, how can you make sure that, yes, you fulfill your personal careers, but also you are really active in protecting the planet? It's good for you, but it's much more important for your children and grandchildren. We need to take seriously that we don't have any other space than this planet for life, productive life, and fulfilling life. So I leave two things with you. Go out there. The world is yours. You have an opportunity to make your own footprint. You have an opportunity to make your own mark. History will celebrate you. And my two suggestions were, one, close the gap of inequality. And the second, love and protect the planet. I wish you all the best. Every single thing you have in your mind and heart which you'd like to achieve, may you be able every year to celebrate and to make a step to achieve what you mostly desire. Be happy, protect one another, and this is going to be celebrated in future at Class 2020, which was the very first to start in the changing of the world, the shift which we are in. Congratulations.